Guys, welcome back once more to part 5, I think, yeah, part 5 of character modeling. In this case is the superhero. I've changed some stuff, not that much though. I've changed this part here so that it actually goes around. So we get a little bit more of a border between the abs here and the obliques. And I put a little bit more emphasis on the muscle here, this one here, the sternocleidomastoid muscle, so it looks a little bit more stronger, and that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I changed. So some tweaking, not that much though, so let's just continue. What I want to do next is fill up this part over here and then fix the chest here, because we need a bit more edge loops around here to actually fill up the pecs and the deltoids over here, and then we're going to move on to the back. So let's first do this part over here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bevel this edge here so we can actually bridge these two together. So I'm going to just hit bevel, make it roughly the same size, and that's it. Then I'm just going to bevel these together, or bridge these together, and then you get the hole filled. This one to this one, so still a nice quad, as you can see. And then we can start inserting edge loops here that we actually need as well to add a bit more shape to it. But first I'm going to just fill it up everywhere. So this one here, oh, bridge, one button, and this one to that one, and that one to that one. So then we can start fixing the shape again, because you can see it has a little bit more shape to it than you would expect. And this one should be a little bit wider actually. Over there, this one as well, this one as well. So we get a little bit more of shape in there. We need more edge loops around here, but we'll just do that later on. Just first, let's just get the basics in there. This is starting to look pretty okay right now. Nothing special yet, and we might want to change this one later on, because I don't really like this yet. But we'll just see it later on. Let's finish this part here. So we need to bridge this as well. So I'm gonna grab these two edges here, oh, that edge and that edge, and bridge it so that's complete as well. It looks a bit stupid right now, it looks a bit off around the part here, probably because we didn't change that much. Yeah, this is the problem here, area over here. We need a little bit more edge loops around that area to actually give it a little bit more shape. So this should move to the side, this one as well, so it actually makes a lot of difference. Need one here as well, and here one as well to give it a little bit more volume. I'm still not sure about this one though, so I might just change it right now. I don't like it. So let's see what we can do about it. Well, we can just cut this one all the way down. It leaves us with a triangle here, which is fine, which you can just delete, and then we just can target all these together, like so. And then we have an angle on here which we need to fix, of course. So then we can do this. That's fine, but then you can create a very sharp edge around here. I don't really like, so I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to continue it all the way around. This also gives us a little bit of benefit that we can actually sculpt this a little bit better, so we can add a little bit more shape to it from all directions. Maybe a little one. A little bit more, maybe something like this. It should look a little bit better, it does. But get some pinching over here. Some massive pinching actually. Just a little bit better. So it's just tweaking, minor tweaking to get the shape that you want. And it looks a little bit better. It will still look a little bit off, because we don't have every edge loop in there yet. I still need one here, so I actually might change this one as well. Because now when I add an edge loop here, you get this. I have no idea what's doing. Let's not do that. We have to do it. Oh, actually, if we try it like this. Oh, see if it does it properly. No, it doesn't actually. That's really bad. So let's just do it manually. I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to extend it to there. But then we have an angle on here which we need to fix. Well, that should be fine, because we need an edge loop all the way around here anyway. So I just leave it like that for the moment. And let's check what it looks like. I'm not really digging this part though. It looks a bit skinny. That's fine for now. We'll live, right? So let's put a little bit more emphasis here on the Adonis belt. Let's pull the one a little bit more further out, so it gives a little bit more definition. Same here, a little bit more out. And this one as well. Let's make it a little bit more fluid. Something like this maybe. Let's maybe put this one to the side as well. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, a little bit better. But still not perfect though, but we'll get to that at some point. Okay, this is looking pretty good. But we need to add more definition. We need more edge loops here. Especially here, this in shoulder area. And deltoids in here as well. I left this icon right here because I did use it for the neck, so I'm just going to continue that one. So I'm going to hit the connect button here. I'm going to add an edge loop all the way around. Like so. Actually, I might do it a little bit differently. I'm going to use the... oh, not that one, actually. The insert with edge flow, so it actually does it for me. Wrong one. This one. Okay. So we can finish it off by connecting it right there. So this gives us a little bit more edge loops to play around with, and also gives more edge loops or vertices to define the abs right here. So that's perfect. We really need that. So we also need one here, and one here, and one here. But then it gets a little bit more difficult because when I do this, it goes all the way around towards there, and I don't want that. So I want to have a little bit more control over where they end up. So that means we have to do it manually. What we can do is use this one here and just continue it onward. But that means we have to change the edge loops, which is not a bad thing. It's just a little bit more tedious. So then we can use the insert edge loop one more time. It will do it properly. There you go, and then connect them. At this stage it will get a little bit dirty, but I don't mind, because that's something you can always fix later on. You can, or you should fix later on. When you have the mesh done, or the shapes done, you can still change the topology and fix angons or triangles wherever they happen. So you should worry about too much about that. So let's see, we need one here as well, and definitely here one, and here and here. So, but if we add one now, we can actually use this one that we just created, the angle here. We can actually use that one to continue downwards. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to place it here and continue this one. So it's now perfect quad again. Let's fix this a little bit better. Again, this also gives a little bit more edge loops here to use. Holy crap, what happened here? That's what they call abs. Jesus Christ, that's a little bit over the top though, but we'll fix that later on. And then one here as well. This one will be a little bit more tricky, because if I add it right now, it would just go all the way around the top of the head. And again, I don't want that, so I don't want to do it like this. I want to do it a little bit differently. Again, I want to use a little bit more control, so a little bit more control of my edge loop. So I'm going to use this one here, and I'm going to do it like this, which leaves a triangle here, but it's fine for now. Like that, and then cut it. There we go. Let's first fix the abs. They're really distracting. There we go. Let's see what the hell's happening to them. Let's do top view. Probably a little bit easier. No. Bottom view maybe. Not really either, so let's just do it the old school method. These ones need to go a little bit more inside, I think. Definitely. Especially this vertex here. So I'm just gonna smooth them out a little bit more, so they don't look that ridiculously big. They were a little bit over the top though, so I'm gonna, and also kind of make sure that they flow again with the edge flow, so they actually look good again. So a little bit lower. This one I need to go a little bit lower. They were a little bit too much. Same here, this one. A little bit less. A little bit better, but these sides here are still really disgusting. Okay, it's this one. That one, you might bump this up a little bit more. Let's check. Oh, that's what they call apps. Jesus Christ. A little bit too much. A little bit less. That's better. Even less. Actually, that was pretty okay. Let's see. What's the culprit? Maybe this one? Actually, this is pretty good. We can always soften him later on a little bit. But now he looks really chiseled. I kinda like it. And this lower ab though is a little bit square though, so I might want to fix that a little bit. And also we have an angle on here, but then again we can fix that one by just connecting this one like we just said. I should fix up some issues there. Those are some rock hard abs. Oh, that looks pretty good. Then we have a bit more control over the edge flow over here. We also need a couple more in the shoulder. This will become a little bit tricky. So I'm gonna do something. So I'm gonna create a corner round around probably here-ish, where it doesn't bend that much. So this part doesn't bend that heavily. I'm gonna just create this part here. And then I'm going to insert 2 edge loops. One there in the middle-ish and one there. Then we can connect them again. So we still have quads. We can also exercise a little bit more control over the actual shape of the deltoids in this case. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to grab all the faces. I'm just gonna do the parts that I need to do. So in this case I want this one to be a little bit lower, so the distance this face doesn't get that big. So I'm gonna just grab them here. I'm gonna lower them so it's a little bit more evenly divided, and these ones as well. So we have a little bit of better division. Let's bump these up. That looks okay. Let's look from the top. Then you can see the problem occur. It doesn't really look that round, so I want to get a little bit more volume, especially here. Same here, a little bit more volume, so it just looks a little bit more badass. We can go even further if you want to, probably. Let's see what happens if we do that. So let's grab these. Let's pump it up. This one as well. It looks better actually. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That looks pretty solid. This part here is sticking out though. How about it? We got a little bit of a dent going on here, which is to be expected, but also something we need to fix. We need to fix. So let's just fix them real quick. So the dent is not that extreme. Looks fine. Then we need to smooth out these muscles here in a bit, because that creates this really awkward dent there. But it's fine for now. It's fine for now. So it's pretty much fixed except for this triangle here. Then we need to solve. You can of course add an edge loop here around this corner here that will go all the way around, but this part is pretty dense already, so we kind of want to avoid that. So what can we do? That's a good question. We pretty much need to do like this and then add it around here, which is fine. But then we also need to fix the distribution here of all the vertices, because it's very dense there at that point, so I'm gonna fix them. Gonna make them a little bit more evenly spread. Or at least try to make them a little bit more evenly spread. So we can add this part here all the way around without looking stupid. Oh. Even more, spread them out. In an ideal mesh, every face would be the same size. That would be ideal, but it's also really difficult to achieve, if not impossible. But it's just a goal, an ideal goal. So if you can do that, try it. But again, that's really difficult. But this is looking a little bit better. So I'm just fixing the vertex distribution here, so it's a little bit more evenly spread out. It's a boring job to do, but it's pretty much necessary. Oh, I got an extra vertex here somewhere. There it is. Looks better. Okay, of course we need to fix the shape then as well. So front view. These need to go in. Only by a lot, yeah. And these ones as well. So we get a little bit more of a shape in there. Let's see what this looks like. Better, but very extreme. The curve here is very extreme though, so and again it's not bad though, but just make sure that you check your model out from all angles. Literally all angles, otherwise it's very easy to make mistakes. These starting to look pretty ripped. I like it. Then we need more edge loops around here, across the chest. One more. I could even do one more here. Here-ish. And one more here if you want to. The mesh is starting to get pretty dense, as you can see. But it's looking good though. It is looking good. So let's fix the shapes. Again, the boring job. Actually, doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna change a little bit, so again the faces are a little bit more evenly spread out. So it looks a little bit better. See this one here that's doing a little bit weird. Yeah, this one. It's acting up. I don't know what that one is, but I'm just gonna delete it. Okay. This part here as well needs to be a little bit lifted, so it flows a little bit better. There we go. So we don't have this dent there. And then we can use, for example, then we need to add one edge loop here for the clavicle, which is fine because we're going to add it. And then we can actually make it really pop out and actually define the clavicle a little bit better. So we have this one here. Just pull it out. So then you get the actual clavicle shape in there, which is what we really want. Just not too much, but a little bit visible. I might change this one as well. A little bit back. This one as well. And fix this flow here. There we go. This is starting to look pretty damn okay if I say so myself. And we are back. I had a phone call. I'm sorry. Let's fix this one here. A little bit more sticking out right there. So a little bit more of an armpit. See, this looks pretty bad actually. So one more. The shape here is a little bit off. Or at least that feels the way. Actually, this doesn't. But we might want a little bit more round feeling to it. A little bit more organic, which is the key anyway to making a character. Let's have a look. Guess this will look a little bit better. A little bit. I might just add more edge loops there at some point, but they'll create a mess here. Oh well. Okay. He's starting to look super buff. So let's move on. Let's go to the back side, which means that we have to turn our model around. I'm just gonna hit scale -1. There it is. And then I can move the entire character right there where it should be. Let's turn on backface culling so I can see through the character itself. Then we can see the characters and the muscles a little bit better. Then we can turn on the transparency so we can see if it actually will work. Would be nice. It is, but it doesn't show for some reason. Huh. That's lame. Why won't you show transparency? It does, but it doesn't. But because of backface culling? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well, it's fine. So we started with the nope. What the fuck is it doing? No, everything's gone. That's nice. Ooh, I know. Oh, there it is. My bad. So we started here with the latissimus dorsi. It's actually positioned wrong, I can see now, so I'm gonna fix that one. Should be there, a little bit lower. Lower. Just be careful that you don't grab the other vertices as well from the other objects. It should be there. Okay. Then we can actually start working around and we can start filling in the muscle here, the one that we showed earlier before. This one, the trapezium. It's like I said, it's actually a really big muscle. It starts here, goes all the way down. That's the one that's actually really important and actually defines how it looks. So I'm gonna add one more edge loop here, one more here, so we have a little bit more vertices to play around with. A little bit lower, this one as well, so we can actually follow the shape of the trapezium. We can use this one here. That's fine to actually create the muscle here. But we can also use this part here, which might be a little bit easier. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to align these deltoid muscles up with the actual photo reference or picture reference. So it's a little bit more perfect. Because this one also actually determines the shape of the trapezium. So it should be there-ish. That's fine. Then I'm going to use this edge loop here. I'm going to shape it to follow the lines of the trapezium. It also means we're going to need to add more edge loops on that face as well, which is fine though for now. A little bit more shape in there, a little bit more fluidity, and then we can start using this one and this entire back actually to start shaping it the way we want it to be. So I'm going to hit extrude one more time. Then we can just grab it and merge them together. But first thing I want to do is just keep it simple. So I'm just going to use the vertices here to create the basic shape of it. It's a little bit easier than adding a shit ton of edge loops there for these ones to actually shape it. It will just be very confusing, so I prefer not to do it at an early stage. Actually, we need to flip this one as well, both sides. Let's go right view again, and that's Nope, -1, I suppose. Holy crap, what happened? Oh, that's annoying. We can actually use this. Oh, fuck it. We'll just eyeball it. Who cares? The shape of the bag is not that difficult, actually, so. Something like this. You could just follow this reference here. It makes a really nice curve. These ones probably need to go a little bit more inside. And once we have the basic topology there, we can also use this one again, because then we're going to flip it one more time to actually use it, so it should be fine. So I'm going to go keep on extruding these ones out. So we get to this point. Then again, shape the vertices a little bit better. This part should be there. I'm gonna lower this one a little bit more, something like this. Right view one more time, let's see what they do. A little bit more curvature to it, and then we're gonna go and drop it, pretty much. Okay. Then we can extrude them down all the way to where the trapezium meets the latissimus dorsi. So right there. I'm just gonna fix them. Then these two meet, and they should be together actually. So let's do it right. No. Yes. Yes. Right there. Then we can extrude, keep on extruding these ones. Let's do this one first. Down. This one should continue, so we're gonna keep it like this. We might just attach them to that one. I'm not sure yet. First, let's check the right view. This should be all the way in. It's way too big. These ones as well, way too big. Probably even further. Something like that, maybe. Maybe let's make it a little bit more buff. By giving a little bit more volume. There we go. Okay, then you have the basic muscle groups here. Then you have one here. We can actually use this one here. We can add an edge loop there, so it actually flows this way, which will work out great. So let's add it right now. So I'm gonna add an edge loop. Gonna replace this one a little bit better, something like here. This one should be a little bit higher, something like there. Then we can create this one here. So in this case, I'm gonna use these edge loops. Almost all of them. Just hit extrude and I'm gonna place them where they should be, somewhere around there. So the back side is actually the most difficult thing to model, because you have a shit ton of muscles there, which can get really confusing really quickly. Looking pretty okay though so far. Nice clean edge flow. Move this one up a little bit further, something like this. There we go. We need to add one more here, edge loop, so we can actually start defining that one as well. Something like this. Then we can define this part here. Oh, like so. We can actually create this muscle there if we want to. Let's see. We should do something else. Let's try. Let's actually merge these together. Target weld. Then with that one, then we can bridge this one to that one. But then we're stuck because we didn't create a triangle there, but that should be fine. I'm just gonna do it a little bit dirty. Do it like this, and then I'm gonna delete this face here. Then I can bridge it again. It's a bit of a dirty trick, but it actually works really well. So there you go. So as you can see, we have the major muscle groups right now pretty much done, except for this part here. which is actually really annoying part. Let's see what else we can do right now. We need to, well, we can start with the buttocks, or the gluteus maximus, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. This looks pretty okay. We might want to give it way more volume though. It looks pretty weak. So let's make it bigger. Let's give it a little bit more volume. Same here. And same here. Then we need to start fixing this vertex distribution. It's pretty much fucked up right now. A little bit more even. There you go. Yeah, this feels a little bit better. Okay. We need to add more edge loops. One here. I don't want to be too strict when it comes to the placement of the vertices, because you can overdo it, of course. So let's just talk about these together. Ooh, crap! Not like that. This one. That one. One more edge loop right there, so we can melt these together as well. It's closed. The shape is a bit off, but we need to fix that. I'm gonna go in, change the shader so we can actually see what the hell we're doing. Okay. The basic topology is there, but the actual shape is wrong. It's now very round, and that should be that shouldn't happen. So let's see what it actually looks like. The trapezium. So let's just look for it. Trapezium. Now the trapezius then fine as well. There we go. Let's have a picture. If I can find a picture of a dude. Too much. Oh, you can see it pretty well here. You can actually see the shape a little bit better here in these pictures. This part is pretty buff, but then it's not that doesn't have that much volume. So what we need to do is grab the inside parts here, the inner vertices, these ones here, and we need to push them in by a lot, something like this. So let's just grab the edge a little bit faster and push them in a little bit further. And then of course we need to add more and more edge loops to actually get that shape that we kind of want to have. So let's push them in even further. Oh, actually maybe too much. A little bit less. Oh. Maybe something like this might work. Okay, let's go to the back side again. Let's fix some dimples that we have here, especially this part here. So let's grab them. Make the mesh nice and smooth again, so just make these follow the edge flow itself. Also do it for the back side if you want to. Be nice if it actually work. Thank you. Nope. Don't want to work. You can see here it's pretty rusty. It's not perfect. So we need to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. All the edges are flow nice and smoothly. Which is an art on its own. Let's go top view. It's easier to see, probably it is. This is a very boring process, but it's also actually one that's very essential. I'll fix this one as well while we're at it. A little bit better, but still not good. That's the downside of having that many edge loops. It gets blocky really quick. It's one of the downsides. Especially here, because it's really dense there. Okay, let's just keep on going. Let's keep on going. Let's lower this one again. So then we need to fill up this part here. It's nothing more than just connecting these parts actually. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces there. We only have 2 here, so we need to add a bunch more edge loops. So now I have 4, 5, I think, if I can count correctly. Then we just start bridging them together. So bridge. This one. Oh, not that one. And I can count apparently, so we need to add one more. There we go. This one, this one, this one, this one. There we go. Then a bunch more across here, which we can connect the other ones to. So one more here, and one more there. So we can weld these together, like so. Oh, and like this as well. Oh, that's a triangle actually. One more edge loop. There we go. This tool can actually be really utterly annoying sometimes, this one. Thank you. Stupid tool. It looks like shit right now, because we really need to fix the volumes of pretty much everything, which will take a while, so I'm not going to show it. Still a bit boring to watch, I suppose. But it's nothing more than just pulling out the vertices where we should be pulling them out, so we actually get the volumes that we kind of want to have. But then again, it's a very boring process. So I won't bore you to death with that. I'll just do that I'll just do it after this. But this part here, for example, and this part here needs to be fixed badly. So. But we're just gonna move on. We're gonna keep on going, and then we're gonna fill this part here, which is nothing more than just simple extrusion again. Merge the vertices together, so torque weld. There, just fix it. There we go. And one more. And extrude. There we go. This looks really painful. Oh boy. This guy doesn't have a spine. Poor guy. So now it's just fixing dents, to be honest. Which is boring. That one. This should be more in this one as well. And then we need to add more edge loops here in the middle. A bunch of them, because these faces are really big right now compared to the other ones. But this will be a little bit tricky because you need to end them somewhere here. I'm going to show you how though. It's nothing more than just creating a cut here. I'm just going to do it here, like this. And then connect it to there. So these are still quads. Then you can just insert an edge loop there. I'm going to turn off insert edge flow. Then you just connect them again one more time, like so. Then it's actually perfect quad, and you have more edges to play around with, so therefore it's easier to define the volumes that you need to. So this one, for example, should be a little bit more fluffy, this one there as well, and then you get a little bit more wiggle room to play with. So I'm just going to fix the back, which will be tedious, but at least you know I have an idea on how to do the back and which muscles to keep in mind. I'm just gonna, there you go. Then we need to do these ones, combine them all together, which will be a bitch. As you can see, because we have a whole bunch of edge loops here. Right, and they all need to be combined to this part over here. Which will be tedious. It's just nothing more than just adding a bunch of edge loops here, for example this one here, which goes all the way around the face. I don't want that. Actually doesn't look that bad though, but we don't want that, so we need to do it manually again. We need to figure out a solution, because this won't work. So we need to again just manually cut. So one here for example. We can do it like this, that it goes like this, which is fine, and then we can just target weld this one to that one, this one to that one, thank you, and then the problem is solved. So fixing edge loops is not that difficult, it's just a little bit more planning and see, okay, where do I want them to end up, and how can I do it, and then just add some cuts there and see how you can fix the triangles that are coming because of it. But that's fine, I mean that's part of the job, to be honest. Oh, this looks really bad actually. Guessing these two aren't welded. Now they are. See, and then you just keep on trucking this one as well, for example. You might want to do this one a little bit differently. This one will go all the way around and also in the back. I don't want that again, so you need to fix that one as well. So also need to manually end it somewhere, probably around the same method as we just did. But then again you have two, which is even more annoying. Of course you can end this right here as well. It's you could just, for example, add a vertical line there and then do it like this. Then you can actually delete this one and this one, like so. Delete the vertices as well, of course. And then you have, then it's a little bit easier. But that only works when there are two edges there. In this case there are, so. But then you can also start seeing the shaping of the trapezium, the latissimus dorsi, which we're gonna blow up a little bit more afterwards. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger so it looks a bit more badass. We can actually pull, like for example, these edges out a little bit further. Let's move it and then just pull them out. Then you get this nice cobra back feeling that we kind of want to have. These ones I'm gonna leave because we need to start working on the arms pretty soon, which will be a little more difficult. Actually, I'm gonna bridge this one to that one real quick. Bridge. There you go. Then we're gonna start working on the arm, which will need to be attached to here. So you can imagine it will be a pretty difficult job. This one a little bit lower. Then we can test this one as well. Bridge. Bridge. Need to add one edge loop there, which is fine, which will not cause any problems. Bridge. And bridge, and then you see a little problem occur, so we need to merge this one to that one. And then the body is starting to get some shape. This is a little bit too much though. Christ. Looks awful. I'm just gonna make this a little bit wider. Nice. And we need to do the same here, so we just need to add edge loops there. I might want to end this one a little bit sooner though, because we have a shit ton of edge vertices there. So do the same thing here, we're just going to target weld everything together. This one to that one, for example, this one to that one. Might just do it the other way around actually. Like so. There we go. I don't know how we can do this one yet though, but let's just be lazy. Fill the hole. Start cutting. The big one here, I'm gonna use it. Actually, I'm not gonna use it. Once we're done, we can actually merge them all together, so it's fine. But at least now you can actually play around. Okay, how the hell am I going to end them? For now, Joe, I'm just gonna let them finish. then I can do it something like this, and then 2 more. It's really annoying. Again, Christ. And weld them together, and of course fix them, because this will look awful when it's moving, as you can see. It's a bit painful actually, but it's something I'll just do outside this video because it will be boring as hell. But this is actually pretty good topology for the back. It's not perfect, but it will work fine. Actually, it will work out great when you start deforming it for animation. I kind of like this though. This looks okay. It just needs some fixing with the edge flow, so it's a little bit more smooth. Like stuff like this, for example. Just pull it out, and these as well, and these ones. Just make everything nice and smooth, so it actually looks pretty good. But it's something I'll just do after this video. So this was, I think, a pretty short video actually. So for a change. So I'm just gonna keep on fiddling around with it, and next time we're probably gonna start on the arms, or we might do the leg, I don't know yet, but that's something for next time. So I hope I'll see you guys again next time.